Breaking news. It is happening. Malami exposed. That is the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami. See how he tried to prevent EFCC from prosecuting Okorocha. A few days ago, we brought you up to speed that Okorocha was in his home in Abuja, and the way EFCC went about going to his house, sincerely speaking, that's not fair. It's like they were going for a tug. It's not right. It's not right. No, not for somebody. I mean, I'm not saying who has committed crime should not be dealt with, but treating is just like what they did to our very own brother. Okay, our very own brother, Sunday Igboho, Nnamdi Kanu in 2017. So that means the government of Nigeria have no respect or regard for anyone, so to say. No respect, no regard for anyone. How many people from the north have they treated that way? It's not fair. They just go on, whoever gives them the order, and they just carry it out in such a way that it's unbelievable. They treated the man as though it was a thug or it was, a common criminal. That's unfair. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Malami exposed how he tried to prevent EFCC from prosecuting Rochas Okorocha. Mr. Malami directed apparently disregarded. His directives were disregarded as it was contained in a letter issued on the 21st of April to Abdulsalim Bawa, the chairman of EFCC. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami has asked the anti-grief agency EFCC to discontinue the prosecution of the former Imo State Governor Rochas Okorocha before the anti-grief agency arrested him on Tuesday. Official documents seen by the Premium Times have revealed. Mr. Malami's directives apparently disregarded this going on. Mr. Malami's directives apparently was disregarded. It was contained in a letter issued on the 21st to Abdulrasheed Bawa, the chairman of EFCC, in response to complaint made by Ola Onukmonkun, the counsel to Mr. Okorocha. According to the letter signed by Mr. Malami, Mr. Onikonkun, a senior lawyer, accused the EFCC of violating a court order in the prosecution and arrest of the former Imo State Governor. Based on Mr. Okorocha's complaint, the AGF drew the attention of the EFCC to a court order by the Federal High Court in Port Harcourt last year, declaring the entire investigation of Mr. Rochas Okorocha by the Commission as being contrary to the presumption of the innocence and right to fair hearing guaranteed to Mr. Okorocha in the Constitution. Mr. Malami added that investigation and prosecuting Mr. Okorocha is also a contravention of a fair hearing granted to Mr. Okorocha under Section 6, Subsection 6 of the 1999 Constitution. Further, said Mr. Malami, my attention has been drawn to the most recent order by the Federal High Court, Port Harcourt, and the suit number is there, dated 6th September 2021 and 6th December 2021, respectively. Internal allied declaring the entire investigation of Senator Rochas Okorocha by the Commission as being contrary to the presumption of the innocence and right to fair hearing guaranteed under the Senator Okorocha's rights on this stated clearly in our Constitution. This is a clear violation of his fundamental human right. Well, that is the Attorney General of the Federation for you. He did his hardest best possible to ensure that this kind of, treatment, disgrace, and shame was not accorded to Mr. Rochas Okorocha. Rochas Okorocha, presidential candidate, the way they stormed his home, like I earlier reiterated, is wrong. This was the same thing, and that's why we keep condemning this wrong attitude by those who the government put in place. There is no recourse to people behaving themselves orderly. It's wrong. Now, if Rochas Okorocha has committed a crime, invite him like a civil person. Don't treat him like, a common criminal. This is what they did to Sunday Igboho. This is what they did to Nnamdi Kanu in 2017, while Nnamdi Kanu left the country. If you feel they have committed a crime, there is an order that in the way things should go. You don't take laws into your hands because you are the head of EFCC and some people are pressing buttons left, right, and center. It doesn't work that way. You follow what we call protocol. You follow what we call decency, law and order. There is a reason why those laws are in place so that there is no barbaric, attitude and things ongoing. There is a reason why those things are in place so that things are done decently and in order. You don't just leave it and you go after a man because you feel he did A, B, C, D, Z. If he has done it, you don't have to throw a fist to fight to win a battle. You don't do that. These whole things are happening because some people are pressing buttons left, right, and center. If Rochas Okorocha has committed a crime, let him face the full route of the law. By the way, he's not the only one. And we're not speaking, to exonerate anyone who has committed crime. There is a way things should go. How can you storm the house of a man's shooting and all that? And if a life is lost, what will happen? In our very own brother Sunday Igboho's house, that was how they killed his uncle, who was a blind person, who he invited to his home to support, to assist. Unfortunately, that was the day the man came. And this whole thing happened. At the end of the day, loss of life. And guess what? Nigerian government still went ahead, held the people. You see oppression. Oppression has a date, or an expiration date. And if you're oppressing people, you will pay for it. It's not a curse or anything. It's just the way it is. You can't just stay there because you have the power at that point in time. Then you go ahead oppressing everyone around you because you are in that position. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You can't go ahead and begin to oppress people unnecessarily. You don't do that. You don't. It's a very shameful occurrence, the way these people act. And guess what? Nobody is bringing them to order to say, decency and in order. The president does not even care what happened to her citizens, how things are going, who is doing what, and, how things. It's not just to Rochas Okorocha, it's to all Nigerians. People, should be treated with respect, dignity, and honor. People should be treated well. People should be treated with orderliness, with decency, law and order. You don't just treat people anyhow because you feel you're in a certain position and you think you can get away with it. No. The people who went about that, what is their job description? Their job description, they should be prosecuted. Okay, for treating a man like that. He has not been guilty until proven guilty. Leave us a comment. Bye for now.